Welcome back, Tribe. Got some videos here that have gone viral, and women are at least being honest or starting to be. So this one's talking about female envy.
Why do women want to fuck other women's husbands?
It's a horrible female trait that women are basically innately jealous of each other. So whether it's your husband, your house, your car, your jewelry, men are happy to see other men do well, like their friends, right? They like it. They don't have an issue with it. Like, great, you got a new job, great, they're actually much better at that. Women are kind of like, that means that she's doing better than me. It's jealousy, right?
Yeah.
And I think often women compete with other women. They're just like, hang on, why does he like her?
Yeah.
This is what I was trying to tell you on a deeper level with Akash's wife and her podcast co-host.
I'm better than her.
Is how women will only want your man because he's your man. Like, before you were in the picture, before they knew that like you were with him and you were happy and he was doing everything for you and everything was great, nobody was really checking for him. I'm not saying he's not fine and he's not cool and he's not whatever, but they weren't checking him for him the same way that they are now that they know that you are with him. Now that you're posted up happy with him, now that he's buying you flowers and he's making you happy and you're going on vacations and going on date nights, all of a sudden he looks so attractive to other women. Like, they see another pretty girl that's happy and smiling and they're like, I want what she has. And when they say it, they like genuinely want what you have.
Once this girl was so obsessed with my boyfriend at the time that she wouldn't stop messaging him and calling him. And so you know what I did is that I got her number off of his phone and I sent her a little message. It didn't say much. It actually was just like a few clips from a 20-minute video that we made together.
Time on how my friend wanted my man and tried to DM him in front of me.
I don't understand how men don't get that if a girl is trying to hit on you while she has the girlfriend, it is literally because she is jealous of your girlfriend. Like,
and that's why he's with me and not with you. And thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, ladies, you should go kiss your man and thank him for being with you, because there are women out here that want to take what you have. Give that man a break. But what I was trying to tell you guys earlier with the Akash situation is the same thing practically, that women hate to see other women do better. Women don't have real friends. These chicks that are hitting on you when you have a woman doing so because they think they're better than the girl you have. To a woman, you are a resource. You're not even, listen, I'm going to go like super red. You're not even a human being. They look at you as a resource to be extracted on a fundamental level. Like, we're talking the down to the depths of what the transactional nature of a relationship is. And when you supersede that on human culture, you're going to get this. How much money do you make? What do you do for work? Who are you in the community? Are you famous? Are you blah, blah, blah? That is all a filter so that she can find out how much she can get from you, so she could be better than all the other girls in her group. If there is a girl less attractive than her in the group of, let's say 5-6 friends, but that man is objectively better, the entire group agrees that man is better, all the women in that group will be angling one way or another from, or I should say, for that guy. She doesn't have real friends. Those are sharks waiting for her to tell the friends group what's going on and who got in an argument and said what. And the girls are just waiting to get the deets on everything happening so that they can maneuver their way in. You never heard of the guy who says, you know, my girl was kind of treating me like shit, so I slept with all her friends. Why? How would a guy possibly be able to sleep with all the friends of a girl if they were never friends in the first place? Do you understand? It is a competition. You are a resource. And the one who has the best resource wins. She has the highest status in the group. All the other women are jealous. That is it. That's it. It's a competition. When they put on eyelashes, it's not for you. It's for other women. When they put on makeup, it is to get attention from men because they want better resources, but also they want to shit on other women. They want to look better than other women. Do you want to see a woman's ego deflate? Watch her walk in front of an extremely attractive woman when she's wearing like a normal shirt, sweatpants, Lululemons, and you have a woman dressed to the nines with her hair done, skin flawless, all that shit, super attractive. Watch how women gawk, stare, and hate, sneer. They'll never be happy. And they're like, wow, she is gorgeous. Wow, she is blessed. Wow, her style's impeccable. It's, ugh, fuck that bitch. Who does she think she is? Always negative. Always. And then the first thing they do, what's the first thing they do when a woman like that enters the vicinity within the presence of you around? Immediately is looking at you to see if you notice the exact thing that she noticed. And what does that signal to her? That bitch is so much better than me that if she wanted, she could take my resource. That's it, bro. That's the game. Women want to know they have their resource locked down. And no other woman can take. Why do you think women will try to isolate you? For example, the really insecure ones will try to isolate you from your friends. And then you turn into a husk. You have nobody to talk to. She basically has her talons deep in you and won't let you go anywhere and I have to ask my wife. You ever heard those dudes? Oh, my girlfriend wants me to hang out this weekend. You're being manipulated. She's afraid what'll happen if her resources out there in the wild. That stems from real insecurity. But it's underpinned by real nature of females. A lot of men don't understand this. My woman's got to love me for me. You got the fucking Disney mentality, bro. Get over it already. No woman on earth will love you for you except your mama. And your mama ain't going to try to date you in the form of your girlfriend. She doesn't want to mother you and baby you. You must be something to be chased. You are a resource. A high quality one or a low quality one. That's what it is. The game is fucking cold. Don't shoot the messenger. Let's get into the next one.
Pushing a man until he finally snaps, then running to your friends crying, "Oh my God, he's so mean and so toxic and abusive." That's one of the most lowest and evil forms of manipulation ever. You don't get to disrespect him every day, belittle him when he opens up, emasculate him for not being what you can't handle, ignore his needs, flirt with other men in his face, and use sex like a weapon. And then act shocked when he finally blows up or walks away. He didn't just turn into an overnight. You drained him. You chipped away at his patience until nothing was left. You trained the nice guy you met to stop caring. Good men don't wake up cold. They get turned cold by women who mistake his self-control for weakness. Then when he finally says enough is enough, you play victim and cry wolf. No, honey, you're not the victim. You are the arsonist crying about the fire that you just started. Grow up. So stop acting like you don't know what just happened. You know exactly what you did. You just never thought he would actually walk away. Now he's gone. Or worse, you've numbed him. And now you're on social media talking about how all the good ones turn bad. No, again, honey, you burned him out. One disrespectful act at a time. Own it. Or keep pretending you don't know why every man after him stops trusting women like you.
So I've been married now for 21 years. But when I married my husband, I married a man that I didn't love.
Bro. Bro. I married a man I didn't love. I'm just going to stop it there. I don't even want to hear any more of that shit. So essentially, what you need to know is once you get women like this that stole a man, or want to steal a man, or is currently with a man that they don't love, they will end up on social media making you out to be the villain. There's like no winning. This is the modern woman epidemic and the whole inflation that everybody is dealing with. And for the ones that do fast forward into life or have that intuition, the intellect to look deep and peer past the veil of their lives, they'll see that they'll end up like this potentially if they don't fix all these problems. And this is sad. She is 40, single, no kids, an ex-businesswoman, hardcore boss babe here. Now she works at a church, realizes that she has no friends, no hobbies, because everybody has a family. And she's trying to find joy and fulfillment. And her solution is to try to find a new hobby. 40 years old, can't have kids anymore. Clock was ticking, time ran out. You didn't shoot your shot when you could. I want to say, she might sound like a sweet woman, don't know yet. But at the same time, what were you doing throughout your 20s? How many men did you, how many of those guys' time did you waste? How many good men did you pass up because you were waiting for something better? It's a tale as old as time. Women are literally their own worst enemies.
My name is Audrey. I turned 42 years old this year. I am single. I have no kids, and I live in a very small town on the central coast of California. Actually, the town that I grew up in, my hometown. And I'm at this really interesting place in my life where I am in the middle of my life, hopefully the middle of my life, Lord willing. And I don't seem to have a place where I really connect with a lot of people who are my age, because a lot of people my age have children, they have a community, they do things with their kids, families, other families and things. And it's just a really interesting place to be. So I've had to really define what joy and what fulfillment really look like at this stage in my life.
It's really an interesting place to be. Interesting is such a good word to replace. It's a shitty place to be. I'm alone. I'm isolated. Everyone looks at me as a failure. I feel like I fucking wasted my 20s and 30s chasing a career I don't give a shit about. I wish I would have settled down and had kids instead. I fucked up. Can't say that. I'm in a really interesting position in life. It's so interesting. I'm so interested in new hobbies that interest me because all my friends are busy with their lives and their kids. And that leaves me in an interesting position. Dodging accountability, just call it what the fuck it really is. You messed up. There's nothing interesting about that. You fucked up. You're dealing with the consequences and you're trying to dodge the accountability for those actions. Own up on camera. Ladies, this is what happens. I'm 42, got no man. Prospect of children, practically fucking zero. My life is a mess. I'm trying to find new hobbies. Everybody's got a family but me. I bought the whole girl, strong, independent boss babe, working until my 40s, settle down later and find a man on my level. Didn't find him. He doesn't exist. A man on my level is dating a woman 10 years younger than me. Oops. Sex in the City, feminism, all that shit. Sold me a lie. And now the consequences are too much to bear. So I'm going to go find some interesting things to do about my interesting life. And hopefully it remains more interesting after this interesting hobby. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You're 42 years old. You're a grown woman. You're making these fucking videos. Young women are looking at it and going like, yes, queen, you don't need a man. It's all right. Tell them what you really think. Tell them what you really feel. Be honest with the young women to not repeat your interesting fucking predicament so that they could have an interesting actual life with a family, which you know matters way more than any of the stupid accolades you earned at work. Ironic that me saying this is misogyny, but if a woman were to say this, it's just being real, sis. She's talking truth. We have to watch out as women. We're affected differently than men. It's the same shit. Trying to save you from yourself. Or you could buy the boss babe mentality, the girl power dating of all these toxic feminine dating coaches of today that tells you to decenter men, all this other bullshit. And then you could wake up like this or worse. Crying on camera at 50 and shit, life's lonely. You're getting pumped and dumped by 60-year-old chads, 70-year-old chads because you're 50. You're on those wrinkly sacks. No one's really looking at you. You got to buy a boy toy. You're going to become a sugar mama? To some 30-year-old, 25-year-old? You're going to buy them a Nintendo 87? Right? A PlayStation 26? What the fuck are you doing with your life? That shit's insane, bro.
I previously was in Northern California. I owned 2 businesses and I loved what I did, but it was time for me to come back home and the market kind of shifted. And so I found myself back in a small town and just kind of refiguring out life and what that looks like. And there have been a lot of stresses that the Lord has taken out of my life. I currently work in ministry for my church and I love what I do. But then I find myself outside of work wondering do I start another business? What kinds of hobbies do I get into? I would just love to know if you're in the same boat as I am, what you do to fill your time. Are you out making new friends at this age? What are we doing with all of our time and how to find more joy?
Kids are the joy. The entire point of the children was the joy that you didn't have to go searching for. It's in your home every day and you're cultivating more of it. And you brought life into the world. It's a gift of God. And you would have watched these young people that you're raising into productive adults in society. You had a hand in that. That's the dream you gave up. For 2 businesses that failed because the market shifted. In your own words, had to move back to a small town. You downgraded your life. I hope the ladies see through the bullshit doublespeak and they're able to accurately judge this video for what it is without the veil and say like, wow, well, she's so, look at her. She's owned 2 businesses. Go, queen. Wow, she's doing so well for herself. Like, look at all the time she has. Yeah. Are you seeing past the facade? Are you seeing the truth behind the words? Are you starting to understand what's really being told to you between the lines? A lot of this shit is bullshit and cope. You are unhappy. Don't you see the path you're being led on? Don't you see all of society is designed to make you unhappy, to turn you into a commodity, to prey on your emotions of loneliness and stress and anxiety and depression for not having a family because you're going to be an endless consumer? Yeah. Women love shopping, right? Yeah. Retail therapy. Why do you need therapy in retail if you were happy? Therapy's for people that are ill. So you're going to buy shit to fill a void inside that says you're unhappy, unfulfilled, because you don't have the one thing you really want, a good man and a family. And maybe you're older like her, and maybe you get to look back on your 20s and hell, even your 30s. And there were so many opportunities to have what you desperately want at 40 and older. And you threw them all away because you probably listened to your girlfriends. You probably listened to your femme-centric teachers. You probably watched too many TikToks or Reels or Instagram or movies or all that shit spewing feminist, anti-natalist, anti-family rhetoric. And you bit the bullet. You bought into the dream. And now it lands you in this kind of position. It's a sad world, man. How they managed to indoctrinate millions, the majority of women, blows my mind. It is the greatest psyop in the history of psyops that they got women willingly to leave the house, go to work to get yelled at, to make the same money as a man, to go through traffic and deal with that bullshit, to get yelled at by a boss, to deal with deadlines and stress and getting fired and office politics and gossip and all that bullshit. You gave up happiness in the home for that because you earn a paycheck, which the IRS tells you to get fucked anyways, takes their cut. Unbelievable, bro. Unreal. Unreal. And they argue against their own interests too. They vote against their own interests. The very policies that are destroying them spiritually, physically, and mentally, they vote for them because it's under the guise of progress. Never in the history of humanity has a psyop been so complete, totally successful, beyond all imagination. I bet you the people that were engineering the psyop and they were paying, what was her name? I forget her name sometimes. Gloria Steinem. That's right. I had to look her up again. Gloria Steinem. That was an CIA plant. Ladies, I want you to think about this for a second. The CIA, a 3-letter agency, predominantly spying overseas, it should be leaving the domestic market alone, often involved in a lot of covert operations, was instituting feminism and socially engineering it into society by propping up people like Gloria Steinem and other operatives that have not come out forward. They funded newspapers. You were literally reading, and probably still are reading today, information that has been disseminated from the original source of the CIA. Unbelievable. You guys could look it up. Many people don't even know this. Gloria Steinem, one of the most prominent feminists of her time, was a CIA operative. They have no idea. They have no idea just how indoctrinated, socially engineered, and brainwashed that they really are. You think women came up with this idea themselves? You think women push this on society themselves? Come on, sis. Who benefits? Who makes money from you entering the workforce? Think about it. Okay? Once you go down that rabbit hole, you'll start to enlighten yourself on the reality of the system that we're living in. As usual, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout outs to everybody in the private community. Appreciate everybody that's been getting gear. This is the Passport Bro shirt. Thank you, everybody that's been getting all the apparel, the hats, the shirts, all that stuff. Funds the channel directly. And as usual, take care of yourselves. Do your due diligence on information. There are rabbit holes and then some. It's actually a shock just how much curated the information we're ingesting since we were kids actually is. And with that, catch you guys on the next one.